Hi guys, thank you very much for joining this session. I'm going to talk about workforce management and the huge impact it has on organisations. One of the things that's really changing organisations at the moment is the fact that we've all got mobile devices. We'll sit on the sofa and we're ordering things whenever we want to. It's not like we go to a store to buy things these days. We're ordering it whenever, wherever we want to, and we're having it delivered wherever. And this is having a huge effect on the supply chain. So when you look at it from a manufacturing perspective, they're thinking about, as an organisation, we need to produce more products. We need to have a greater range of products that we're delivering. From a retail perspective, again, they're managing this whole business of, right, what should we have in our inventory? Where do people want these items being delivered? And it's creating this whole kind of fluctuation in the middle of, from a supply chain perspective, this fluctuation in demand, and how do we deal with this? And I guess ultimately it comes down to this, that there's people trying to hold this supply chain together. People are your most valuable asset within your organisation. So they're the people you've got to engage. They're the people you've got to kind of drive within your organisation to deliver as productive a service as possible. So the pressures we're seeing at the moment is the customer demand. Customer demand is fluctuating hugely. There's massive competition out there, not just locally, but globally as well. All industries are seeing skills shortages. I emphasise the skills. Whether in manufacturing, they can't find enough skilled people. There's plenty of people wanting jobs out there, but not people with the skills. Driver shortages, as we're seeing in the logistics world. So it's a huge issue, and we're dealing with these cost increases as well across the board. So how do we deal with all of these pressures? There's three key components that have got to come together to make this work and make organisations as productive and as effective as possible. And that's data, it's technology, and it's talent. From a data perspective, and when we've got more data out there than we've ever had previously, the more data we can share between systems, between organisations, the more effectively we can plan, the more effectively we can implement against those plans. So we want to know the demand. From a logistics perspective, from a warehousing perspective, how many pallets am I going to receive? How many items do we need to ship? I need that information. We need to share that information. Then we've got the talent perspective. So the talent is absolutely critical. I need to know what pickers, I need to know what packers, I need to know how many drivers we need to deliver against all of these services. And I need to know all the people with the skills, the certification in my organisation to deliver against all of these challenges. Well, the key component in the middle is the technology. We're in a position now where the technology, especially cloud-based applications, far easier to deploy these days than they ever were before. So we've got a huge plethora of technology that's available that can take data, that can figure out from that data, right, based on this, I know how many people we need within my business at different parts, different times of the day to deliver the services, and I can deploy the talent that I have within my organisation as effectively and as efficiently as possible. So these are really the key components that certainly from an omni-channel perspective is going to make us able to deal with the challenges. So if we look at this from a workforce management perspective, how do I make the most of the workforce that I have? These are the key components. So what we're trying to do as an organisation, in our particular organisation, is we're doing three key things. We're helping organisations control the labour costs within their business. We're helping them minimise the compliance risk in their organisations. And we're helping them improve the productivity, their labour productivity. And these are the key components that all come together to deliver the most effective workforce that you can possibly have. Historically, people have seen is workforce management, that's time and attendance, isn't it? It's not. That's not workforce management, that's one component of workforce management. So time and attendance, that's tracking the activity. If you've created a plan, and we'll come on to talk about planning, how effective was that plan? Was that plan worked? And that's what your time and attendance piece does. So if I've got drivers, they arrive on site, I need to capture when they've arrived on that site. So I'll capture that information. They'll then go into the trucks and they might do the driving, and that's all captured through other solutions. But it's important that I capture when they arrive on that site and when they leave at the end of the day. So the time and attendance piece, that's ultimately the piece that automates the whole payroll process as well. We're capturing the information, we can automate the whole payroll process and have as minimal number of people getting involved as possible. Well, the key components there is the forecasting and scheduling piece. We've talked about sharing data. If I've got the data, I can use that data to plan as effectively as I can as possible to say how many people I need, with what skill, what certification, where in the organisation. And from that we create a schedule. And we create a schedule that's as most effectively aligns based on the flexibility you have within your workforce to the demands that's placed on your business. Create a forecast, create a plan, build a schedule. The absence management piece is critical, is absolutely critical. It's not just tracking absences, it's tracking reasons for absence. And we talk about employee engagement. If you know that your employees are off because they're sick of the pressure that they've been put under, or they're doing roles or tasks that's causing them issues, well, let's capture that, because then we can do something about it. We can deal with the root cause of the issues. So that's what the absence management piece is all about. Activity tracking gets down to a more granular level of productivity. How long are a task taking us to do? What's the output from those tasks? How can we do those tasks more effectively? The more you can capture information, the more granular you can capture information, the better. Game changer now is analytics. We visit many different, we span all the different industries. And the more you read, the more we talk to people, the more they're saying analytics is a game changer for us. It's turning data, disparate bits of information that previously look unrelated, into information. And I gave a classic example of somebody who was saying, I want data on this, I want information on this. We do reporting, we say I want to report on this. It's like taking a snapshot of the front of this. That's one report. I want to see what's inside. You open it up, take another snapshot of the inside, that's another report. What does analytics give us? Analytics gives me that. It gives me the ability to look at this, whatever I'm looking at, in multiple different ways. And by looking at it in multiple different ways, I'm able to drill down into the true root cause of an issue. And that's exactly what analytics is able to do for organisations. Take disparate bits of information, which on the face of it, you may think it's one issue, it's not. It's something completely unrelated that you need to tackle within your organisations. And again, the cloud-based analytics solutions out there make it easier than ever to deal with this information. Then we've got the HR. The hiring, from hiring to retiring, that whole process. We need to capture that whole information and make the HR management as efficient and productive as possible. Then we've got the hiring, and we've got data collection. The data collection components, the gentleman from Vodafone was talking about, mobile as an example of data collection. Again, that's meaning we can capture information, we can present information to anybody anywhere in the field. We also have devices that you can collect information from as well. But the whole data collection piece is vital. The more components you can, more information you can gather, the more information you're able to use from a time and attendance perspective, a forecasting perspective, and an analytics perspective. But these are all the critical components that go into true workforce management solutions, and not historically your clock in, clock out T&A solutions that are just dealing with payroll. And it's great because we've been here today and people have come up to us and said, we've got this component, but is there more we can be doing to maximise the productivity, the efficiency and the effectiveness of our workforce? So what does true workforce management deliver? Typically for organisations, between 2 and 5% reduction in payroll costs within their organisations through things like your historical payroll process automation, dealing with absences more effectively within your organisations, reducing payroll inflation, paying for people that you shouldn't be paying for, or for work that they're not doing correctly, minimising overtime. There's nothing worse, is there, than you're paying overtime on one side, but you go around the corner and people are twiddling their thumbs thinking, I've got nothing to do. How engaging is that for staff? Staff want to be busy, staff want to be productive, staff want to be producing output for you and showing how great they are in the business. That's what this is all about. And improving revenues. If you can improve productivity, If you can make your organisation more effective, if you can bid for contracts, knowing what profit margin you're going to make on a contract, so you can bid more, as I say, more effectively, that's got to be good for your organisation. If you wrap all of this up, and if you used to say to our guys, what does it deliver? What does it really deliver to the organisations? Most of them will say visibility. Workforce management delivers visibility. The visibility to make the right decisions at the right time by arming people with the information that they need to make the correct decisions. I've got to say a little bit about Kronos. So Kronos are recognised as being the global leader in workforce management solutions. We've deployed solutions in 100 plus countries. 25,000 businesses use our solutions every day across the globe. So we're the organisation to come to say, look, we've got a problem with our workforce management. Can you help us address it? And we've got good experience in this particular industry. Like I say, across all industries, wherever you find people, you'll find a Kronos solution. But certainly the transport and logistics sector is a very, very important sector for us, and probably equates for about 24% of our revenues globally. But I just want to say thank you. I think I'm about on time, but I just want to say thank you. If you want more information, clearly we'd love to see you over at the Kronos stand. So thank you very much for your time.